Hello, Scorpio. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is you and your person's tarot reading for August 2025. Keep in mind when I say your person, it could be a friend, family member, lover, ex-lover, maybe even someone new who's entering the picture. I'll give you the energies that I receive and try to help you discern who that individual is or who they could be, but I do want you to use your intuition, of course, in the reading to apply these messages to your life how you see fit, and that's because it is a collective general reading. It is not individualized nor personalized to you. Messages may come through today that do not fully resonate. If that happens, don't get upset. Just means it's meant for another Scorpio watching. So just take what fits, how it fits, leave what doesn't. I have set the intention of this reading to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. So you're welcome to look at this placement or any of the other placements. If you're not sure what your placements are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Take a look at that site and then just come back here and watch the video for that respective placement. All of them should be up by Sunday. And of course, if you would like a one-on-one live Zoom tarot reading with yours truly, please visit my website, thetimelinetarot.com, for more information. With all of that said, let's begin. Now, another thing I want you to keep in mind, Scorpio, is more often than not, this particular reading tends to lean more towards love. But again, we'll see what comes out in the cards. So if you're not looking for a love reading, this may not be your reading after all. But let's see what the cards show. Tapping into the Scorpio collective now for August 2025. What does Scorpio need to know for Scorpio and their person? For Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. We'll get 3 cards for the past, 3 cards for the current energies, and 3 cards for the future for you. Let's get one more shuffle here, please, for Scorpio. Thank you. In the past, my dear, we have the Queen of Swords, we have the High Priestess, and we have the Fool. Currently, we have 10 of Wands, Knight of Cups, and Page of Swords. In the future, we have the 8 of Cups, we have the 8 of Pentacles, and we have the King of Swords. Bottom of the deck, currently, we have the 4 of Swords. So you are currently healing at this time, whether that's you're working on financially healing yourself, emotionally healing, mentally healing, could be physically, could be even in regards to a health issue that you have. But the collective is definitely healing from something that's transpired here. Tell me why the 4 of Swords is here for the collective. One more shuffle. Thank you. 4 of Swords is further clarified by Queen of Pentacles. So for some of you, very well could be taking care of yourselves, nurturing yourselves more, or even focused on your finances. We then have the 9 of Wands, and we have the Hermit. So definitely going within some time alone, little period of isolation. 9s are a very solitary number. So whether you are single or coupled or you're engaging with others or not, it seems like this healing is very private to you. You may not be disclosing whatever it is that you're healing from too many people. Like if you're having a financial issue, you might not, let everyone know. If you're healing from a broken heart, you might not let everyone know. Yeah, definitely a very independent kind of feeling here when it comes to that. And bottom of the deck, we have 7 of Swords to the 6 of Swords. So for some of you, that 7 of Swords could just mean that you are not being very honest with the people in your life. Like everyone thinks everything is great, but really it's not. You're concealing to yourself, like this individual is holding the eggs, holding the heartache. So for some of you, you could be doing that and not letting everyone know what's going on in your life or what you're currently healing. For others of you, you're healing because something deceptive has happened here to you that has broken your heart or your trust or your faith in some way. Let's clarify all these cards and then we'll really get deep into the messages here today. So I'm using the before tarot deck, slightly different meaning in these cards. So we'll see how this all plays out for you. Let's clarify that Queen of Swords, the High Priestess, and the Fool for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. Why is the Queen of Swords here in their past? Why is the Queen of Swords here in their past? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Queen of Swords is clarified by 5 of Wands, Page of Cups, and the Death card. The High Priestess. Why is the High Priestess here for Scorpio's past? One more shuffle here. Thank you. The High Priestess is clarified by the Knight of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and the 2 of Cups. Why is the Fool card here for the past? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Fool card is clarified by Knight of Wands, King of Cups, and the Star card. Bottom of the deck, we have the 2 of Swords. Okay, let's clarify the current situation now. Let's clarify this now, please, for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. We're going to clarify that 10 of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and the Page of Swords. Why is the 10 of Wands here for Scorpio, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. Why is this here in their current energy? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Ten of Wands is clarified by Four of Pentacles, the Star, and the Queen of Cups. Why is the Knight of Cups here? Why is the Knight of Cups here? One more shuffle. Thank you. Knight of Cups is clarified by Temperance, Five of Pentacles, and the Devil. Why is the Page of Swords here? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Page of Swords is clarified by Eight of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Knight of Swords. Bottom of the deck we have Two of Wands, 2 and 2. Okay. And I'm using the After Tarot deck now to clarify the future. I feel like for most of you watching, this will be a love reading, but you're definitely not on the same page with someone, or you are one day and you're not the other, and it seems to be this back and forth energy. But let's see if we can get a little bit more here. The Eight of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, and the King of Swords here for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. Why is this in the future for them? One more shuffle for that Eight of Cups. Thank you. Eight of Cups is clarified by Two of Pentacles, Page of Swords, and the Death card. Why is the Eight of Pentacles here? Why is the Eight of Pentacles here? One more shuffle. Thank you. The Eight of Pentacles is clarified by the Page of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and Temperance. And why is the King of Swords here for the future here? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Page of Swords is clarified by Knight of Pentacles again, the Hermit, and the Three of Cups. Bottom of the deck we have Ten of Swords to the Magician to the Hierophant. Okay. All right, let's dive deep into these messages now. In the past, we have Queen of Swords, the High Priestess, and the Fool. I'm trying to discern which energies are yours, to be quite honest with you, and I have a feeling here that you are the Queen of Swords. Okay, so in the past, whether you're masculine or feminine, I see you here as the Queen of Swords. As the Queen of Swords in the past, I feel like you were, I got to be honest with you, I almost feel like, see how she's looking through this telescope? It's almost like I'm looking for a reason to stay in this connection. Is definitely a connection-based reading, whether that's professional for some of you, platonic for others, romantic for others. Again, it's a collective general reading. But I'm looking for a reason to stay, and I'm looking for a reason to leave. I feel like you're just looking for truth and clarity, right? Because the Queen of Swords holds the Ace of Swords. So I kind of feel like you were in search of the truth about whether or not you should stay or go, and when it came to this connection. I have to be honest with you. I feel like you were a little egoic. Don't get upset with me. A little egoic here. Like, I really want to win this person over, right? I really want to keep this friend in my life. I really want to do what I have to do to keep this job, if this is work related. I really want to keep this lover in my life. I feel like you were overextending yourself, because as much as you were trying to see or gain some clarity about what to do, it's like, until I actually have all the facts presented to me, I'm just going to like fight like hell to make this connection work. And I feel like this was you making this decision to either continually offer this Page of Cups, who holds the Ace of Cups, like you're continually offering love to this person. I also think that you are receiving love from this individual. I do feel at this point it's reciprocal in nature. And I feel like that was a decision you made because you wanted to, you know, keep that connection in your life. I think that was very much you and your power. I don't know where this is going, right? I can't see too far into the future, try as I might, but I will continually try to revitalize or rejuvenate or rebirth this connection. We have the High Priestess, and this is clarified by the Knight of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups. This is where I believe it's you, okay, making this offer to this individual. This is you tapping into your intuition and saying, I want to offer you this solid beginning. So you know, this is you extending the olive branch to the friend, extending the olive branch to the family member, extending the olive branch to the lover. And pentacles are for the duration. So you're not just looking for a friend to hang out with on a Friday night, you know, and have a drink or two, and then I'll see you in a month or two type of thing. This is, I really want to show to this person that I want to be their friend, you know, for the duration. This is, I'm trying to show this family member or family unit, I'm really here to be a provider. I'm a solid and intricate part of this family unit. And if this is a lover, this is, hey, I'm trying to show you, here's my offer to you. I'm in it for the long run. Again, pentacle energy. I feel like as much as you tried with whoever this person was, you always felt like you and them were worlds apart. Because in the Before Tarot deck, we see the Two of Cups. I see you offering the cup, and I see this person contemplating accepting the cup from you, but they're not fully accepting. It's like, I see you, I see you, I see your cup, and I have a cup to offer you too, but there's no exchange yet. Like in the after tarot deck, these individuals are embracing. But in the before tarot deck, this is just like offering this person this pentacle and them going, I see it. I have to think about it. I see it. So there's someone here not willing to commit to a connection with you. They're present because we have that page of cups there. So you're giving and they're giving. But once we get from cup, emotion, to actual pentacle for the duration, this is where there's a bit of a resistance from the other individual to fully accept it. But I think that you continue to try. In the past, we're just talking about the past here. I think you continue to try because with that Fool card, it's like, well, we're going to do it again. The Knight of Wands, I'm gearing up to go to war because, again, it's before tarot deck. So I'm gearing up. I'm putting my best foot forward. And I don't know who this King of Cups is. Could be a Queen of Cups. I don't read body parts. But there's you offering that cup. You're offering that cup, which technically is a pentacle because you're not just giving it for, you know, to be a flighty nighty. You're giving it because it's sincere. This person is still not accepting it in the before tarot deck. It's almost like it's your wish or desire to heal this connection with this person. But if you notice again, the before tarot deck, there's no alchemization, right? There's no water going again from cup to cup. Same thing, sort of like two cups, like this individual is holding two cups, but typically in the star card, we see the water flowing from one to the other. So it's like you kept trying with this person to extend this offer to them. And I don't know, again, what this is, to be their friend, be their family member, be their lover. They're existing in the connection, but there's no, I'm in it for the long run. It's almost like I'm in it for what they could get from you. That's, please don't get mad at me, cross watcher. I'm just telling you the cards and the energies that I'm feeling. So remember, we started this in the past of you being the Queen of Swords, whether you're masculine or feminine, trying to look out into the future. But I feel like in the past, you had no great clarity. All you knew was, I want to keep this person in my life, so I'm going to continually offer them this opportunity. And the Two of Swords and the before tarot deck, the individual, not only are they blindfolded, their swords here are in the ground. So I have no truth. I have no clarity. I'm not able to make this decision, right? My hands are up and I don't know what to do. So I'm just going to continue existing in this. Look at the Seven of Cups. I don't want to even recognize that there's the possibility of making other friends out there or connecting with other family members or maybe even seeing what other love partners are out there. Hands are over the eyes. I don't even want to see it because I'm just focused on making this work. And then we've got that Wheel of Fortune card. So it's like, this was, you know, this is not fair what's happening to me. I keep offering this to this person. It's not fair, but I'm in it. I'm in it until it becomes fair with that Justice card. So it's almost like you had decisions to make in the past where you could have totally disengaged from this individual, but that was not a choice back then that you wanted to make. Now we move into the present. We have the Ten of Wands, we have the Knight of Cups, and we have the Page of Swords. The Ten of Wands. Remember I was saying presently, like you're keeping a lot of this hurt or pain to yourself. That's what you're doing. Look at the Ten of Wands card. It's like you have all of this burden on you, that emotional burden of trying to make the connection work, but you're still stopping to smell the roses. People are still seeing you exist in a very happy way. It's a very bright card for a Ten of Wands card. So it's like, look at me. I'm still stopping to smell the roses, even though I'm carrying the emotional burden when it comes to this particular connection in my life. We have the Four of Pentacles, the Star, and the Queen of Cups. This is you now. You're showing up here as the Queen of Cups, whether you're masculine or feminine, does not matter. Again, this is you holding on to the pain and the hurt in that Four of Pentacles energy, holding on to those Ten of Wands, trying to heal without letting the world know that you're healing. Remember, we had the Four of Swords here to the Hermit. So there's a little deception here on your part when it comes to how you're showing up in the world. It's like, I'm emotionally balanced, I'm good, I'm steady, I'm solid. But inside, there's a lot of healing here happening for the Scorpio collective, because this connection is just a continual emotional drain on you up until this point. Now we have the Knight of Cups. I feel like the Knight of Cups is this individual. I feel like they're coming towards you with an apology. Some of you have already experienced this. Some of you are about to. You're all on different timelines. So some of you are, you know, what's the past to some is the present for others, and vice versa. But there's an apology here from this individual. I typically don't clarify the clarifiers, but I do want to clarify that Devil, because the Devil can go both ways, like any other card in tarot. And I don't know if this person is sitting here in a high vibe Capricornian energy. Like, I really want to make this work. I know I abandoned you. I know I rejected you in the past, but I'm determined now to alchemize this and make this work and rebalance this connection. And here's my apology for not accepting your offer sooner. Or are they playing this game with you again and being very toxic? Or are you existing in the connection out of some type of toxic codependency? So I do want to clarify that devil card here for you. Just remember, we had 2, 2, and 10 here. So, and this was the 2 of Wands here. So can I further clarify the devil here for Scorpio, for this current energy? Let's clarify the devil here for Scorpio. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The devil is clarified now by the Queen of Swords. There you are. Queen of Swords, 7 of Cups. Oh, now you see the options and choices. And the 7 of Swords is there. Bottom of the deck, the Lovers. So I feel like this is you. And I have to be honest, we're going back to that first Queen of Swords that came out. You are determined to keep this person in your life. If this isn't your reading, don't come at me in the comments. I left him, I left her, I don't want that person. It's just not your reading. This is specifically for those of you who have the mindset and the heart space to some degree of, come hell or high water, I'm staying in this. Even though I feel a bit neglected by this person at times, even though I feel isolated from them, even though I know that I have other options and choices, and if I wanted to tomorrow, I could find new friends or friends who become family or find a new lover, I am actively choosing here to betray those other options and opportunities that I have because I'm determined to make this work. So it's wild here because the Scorpio collective here, it's like you're vibing at high vibe Capricorn and low vibe Capricorn at the same time. Because high vibe Capricorn is, I've set my intention and my plan, and nothing is derailing me from it. I'm laser focused on the win. So this is the high vibe aspect of you. I'm laser focused on the win, and I'm going to accept this person's apology in order to keep them in my life, because my end goal here is to get the two of us, is to get this person to accept that pentacle from me for the long run. So that's a very high vibe Capricorn. But low vibe Capricorn, when I see the devil to the 5 of Pentacles, that's some type of codependency here. Now, I don't know if that's money for some of you, emotional for others. So it's like you're operating on both of the frequencies of that Capricornian energy. I'm determined to win this person over. So again, laser focused, but you're doing it from a place of not knowing your own worth or your own value. And I think that's a little something that you need to heal. Once you heal it, you may decide you no longer want to engage with this person, or once you heal it, you may decide that you do. But I feel like that's a little side note from some of you. There's still something internal to you that you need to heal. Either way, you are determined. You are blocking out. We got the 7 of Swords for you twice. It's your energy. I'm blocking out any other options and choices. If this job is toxic and I'm trying to win over my boss, I know there's other, employment avenues I can take. I know there's other jobs, but I'm not even going to look at them. I'm not going online. I'm not going in the paper. I'm not going wherever you go to look for a job. So I'm sabotaging other avenues or other opportunities here. You're consciously making the choice. This is you. You're consciously making the choice. Lovers to the Page of Swords to the 9 of Swords. Even though this is going to mentally plague me, 10 of Cups, I'm determined to make this connection work. Even if it plagues me mentally. Again, because you're not telling the world what you're going through. So we have the Page of Swords, clarified by the 8 of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Knight of Swords. This is active communication now between you and this person. I like 2 things that you're doing here. I got to be honest. The Page of Swords to the 8 of Pentacles to the High Priestess to the Knight of Swords tells me, number one, you are beginning to tap into your intuition and say, even though I'm willing to make that connection work, I'm not allowing that connection to get the better of me. Meaning, I'm going to invest all my time into them. So it's like, I'm going to say no to these other options and opportunities because I'm hell-bent on winning this person over. Sorry to keep using that phrase, but that's what I keep hearing. But I will work on learning other things. Page of Swords to the 8 of Pentacles. I'm going to broaden my knowledge. I'm going to focus on other responsibilities or tasks or hobbies in my life that please me. So I like that aspect because they're starting to begin here a separation of, I'm not going to devote all of my pentacle energy to that connection. I will work on other things. So I like that. The second thing here is I do see the 2 of you communicating. I don't know who this other person is to you. Again, friend, family member, or lover. But there's active communication here on how to make this connection work. And I find that very interesting because this person offers this apology or opportunity. It's not solid. You know, we go Page of Cups to Knight of Cups. So it's not quite yet a pentacle, but there is an offering from them to you. You seem to be accepting it, investing in other things in your life, but there is active communication here with this individual to try bridging the gap here. So it's like your wish is that we go from this, you know, kind of being, you know, worlds away to being this, being, you know, closer together or more united, you know, kind of like as a united front. In the future, we have the Eight of Cups. We have the Two of Pentacles, we have the Page of Swords, and we have the Death card. Again, that Page of Swords to the Page of Swords. There's active communication here. Once again, I feel like, and I don't know what's transpiring here, you have the opportunity to walk away from this relationship. You have the opportunity to turn your back to this relationship. You're making the active choice here not to do it. Eight of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. Eight of Pentacles right back to the Eight of Pentacles. Knight of Cups right back to the Knight of Cups. So I don't know what this person is doing here in the near future. I'll try to clarify it for you. It looks like it's some act of betrayal here with the Ten of Swords, because this is like, it should be done. And the After Tarot deck, done is done. But you're still trying to revive it. You're still trying to keep an open line of communication with this individual. So I do want to clarify that. Remember, we had the Ten of Swords here to the Magician, to the Hierophant. It's like, despite what happened here, you're still manifesting this contract with this person, whether that's a legal contract, a soul contract, a marital contract. I don't know who this person is to you, but despite the betrayal, you're still trying to make this work. It's amazing. It's I don't know. It's really amazing. I'd like to know what this person is doing. What was that Ten of Swords that we saw there? I just saw the Knight of Wands. So something that they're doing, so they're consistent, and then maybe they're inconsistent again. I'm being told to use that deck, actually. So I'm going to use both here to clarify. I'll get 3 and 3 for you because I feel like it's happening halfway. We're talking, and then something happens, and you're like, well, I'm gonna try to revitalize this again. So what's happening here in the interim between now and then for Scorpio? What is happening between now and then? One more shuffle. Thank you. What's happening between now and then? Knight of Wands. Notice that's the second deck. So there's inconsistency here. Page of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Six of Cups. I feel like you're again offering that pentacle to this person. And they are not, they're leaving you waiting. They're too inconsistent. I think that's what's happening here. Let me get 3 on this. And you're like, okay, well, I'll just, you know, try again. Yeah, the Knight of Wands is, they're inconsistent when you're making them this offer. And you could be feeling like they're wasting your time. You could be feeling like they're wasting your time. You could take the fact that they're not fully accepting that pentacle, again, that Ace of Pentacles you're offering them, you could take it like an act of betrayal. Give me 3 on this. One more shuffle. Thank you. Empress, Judgment, and the Star. Well, God bless you. Yeah, they're not fully accepting that pentacle yet. They're still very inconsistent with this. There's a soulmate, soul bond connection here at play. And again, we see the exchange of that Page of Cups from the beginning, the Knight of Cups here, what you're currently going through. So there is love being exchanged, but there's no future here. Do you know what I mean? Like, you feel like this is a friend or family member or lover that can drop out of your life tomorrow. That's, and I think that's the issue that you're having here. But Empress to Judgment to the Star card, you're hell-bent on making this work, on rebirthing this. Death to the Judgment card, to that Star card. You're still seeing this person as wish fulfillment. Notice up here we had the Star card. Here you have the Star card. So there is an exchange of love. You know, I'm not going to say this person doesn't care about you or admire you or love you. Again, I don't know who this individual is to you. And that might be why you're continuing to make the judgment call to stay in it. But in terms of long term, there's no real pentacle energy here. I got to be honest with you. We have the Eight of Pentacles. So you're offering this person, again, there's some discussions here about the future. They're inconsistent. You feel like you're wasting time. But then it's like a refocus here of, I'm not walking away. I don't know why you're doing that. I'm not walking away. You are hell-bent on staying in this connection. Eight of Pentacles, you go right back to, I'm going to focus on other things. Page of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and Temperance. Again, there's an apology here from this person. There's a continual exchange here of love. or respect or admiration or adoration from this person. And I feel like it's just enough to keep you continually alchemizing the relationship. I feel like it's just enough to keep you evenly balanced and tempered in it. But looking for that long-term kind of commitment, we don't actually see until a little later. I'm going to get you some timing on this, but you started off as the Queen of Swords. We have the King of Swords. So this person is now at your level, and they are now offering you the Knight of Pentacles. Remember when you offered it to them in the past, they were like, oh, I don't know. They're now offering it to you. I don't know what's transpiring here for this person in the future, that suddenly in the Hermit card, they get this aha epiphany moment. But suddenly there's a cause for celebration here, because this person is now bringing you the Pentacle. Here, you were giving it to them. You were giving it to them. Here, they're coming to you. So I don't know what's transpiring here. I have communication, I have the Chariot, and I have the Three of Wands. It's like what you've been waiting for is here. And remember we saw the Devil card? Here we have the Devil, but it's different. The After Tarot deck, the individuals are unshackled. So I don't know what toxic thing was going on here, but it looks like the toxicity comes to an end. Again, this is way future focused now. I'm feeling like 3 months away from now. That's kind of what I'm getting. So I don't know what this communication is from this person. I certainly don't want to keep you in a toxic relationship. So if you really think this is toxic, please bail. That's not the intent here. But there's something here about them finally coming around. It could even be Virgo season with the Hermit. I'm going to get timing for you. But this communication is like, now we can move forward. And that's what you've been waiting on. That's what you were waiting on. So I don't know. Maybe your, I hate to say lesson. I don't know. Maybe your lesson here was giving this person the time and space they need, and you needing to focus on other things. Eight of Pentacles to the Eight of Pentacles. Maybe that was it. Maybe you were too emotionally codependent. And once you learn that you can exist in this connection with this person, but not abandon yourself while waiting for them, or you know what I mean? Maybe that's when it all comes together. I don't really know. I'll try to get timing for you. But the fact here that we have the two Eight of Pentacles twice, and it's for you, I feel like there's something here about you learning not to be not to exist in a relationship in a codependent way, to not abandon yourself or your other responsibilities because of this individual or any individual. So maybe that's what it takes, is you breaking that toxic pattern within yourself. I don't know. Maybe that's what moves this forward. Let's get timing here. I'm seeing Virgo season, and I'm seeing 3 months from now, which would be August, September, October. So let's see where we go. Can I have timing, please, for Scorpio and when this individual is offering them the Pentacle? Timing here. We had a couple cards flip here. October, okay? That caught me by surprise. I was going to say August. I don't know why, probably because I'm reading for August. So now is not the right timing, but then you have October. So if we look at August, September, October. Yeah, I guess that would be that 3-month card. And then we saw in the near future here, and we saw this week. I feel like that this week is just this communication. For some of you, maybe an apology. But you have in the near future, now is not the right time. And then you have October, which means sometime between now and October. Let's get you some advice cards here. Let's get some advice cards here, please, for Scorpio. So maybe this reading has not so much to do with this connection, but more about the lesson that you had to learn from this connection, about how to exist in connections in a healthier way, in a non-codependent way. Because it looks like the cycle here keeps repeating with the person, right? Until you break it. The cycle keeps, I offer, I keep waiting, I keep waiting, I keep waiting. And it's like something happens here where it's like you offer it again and they're inconsistent. You're like, you know what, I'm just going to focus on me. That's what seems to change the game here over the course of the next, 1, 2, 3 months. So I don't know. It's like I'm not giving up on it, but I definitely have learned now not to give up on myself. And also the Knight of Cups is they're drinking the Ace of Cups. So maybe that's what you had to learn here, self-love and not self-abandonment. Maybe in the past you were kind of abandoning yourself in this connection. All right, let's get 3 cards here of advice for Scorpio. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Advice for you. 3 of Wands, which there's that card of expectation of waiting. 8 of Wands. Look at that, waiting for that communication. And we have the 9 of Swords. Bottom of the deck, we have 5 of... There's that 5 of Wands. So 5 of Wands, Page of Wands, King of Wands. You know, that's really interesting advice, because this is almost saying, like, while you're waiting, right? Individual, typically this is waiting. While you're waiting, don't forget to move forward. While you're looking back to the past, don't forget to move forward with the rest of your life. And that 9 of Swords card, look how this, I don't know how well you can see it, but the 9 of Swords card is an individual who's letting go. I don't know if you could see it. It's like they're the ghost of the person is holding on to all of those thoughts, but the actual individual is falling away. So it's almost like you got to abandon all of those negative thoughts there that you had. There's something like that here. You can wait for this person. If you choose, you have the divine gift of free will, because you're hell-bent here. You're hell-bent on waiting for this person and communicating with this person. And they could be a fire sign. They don't have to be. They could be an air sign. We've got, you know, lots of energies here on the table, because you're determined here to win at all costs. But you can't forget to move forward with other parts of your life. And look at that, Queen of Pentacles to the Queen of Pentacles. You can't forget to focus on yourself, nourish your environment, and work on your finances, because that's typically the high vibing energies of the Queen of Pentacles. And you have both of those cards here. And then we've got the Empress there. Let's get you some kippers, then we'll close it out with some oracle cards. Let's get some kippers here. And again, if it's not your reading, it's not your reading, but 2 cards here for the past for Scorpio. And thank you for bearing with me during this reading. I had a terrible allergy to roasted dandelion root tea, which was recommended to me to take as like a detoxifying tea. And I had 2 cups, and like my face blew up, and I had difficulty speaking. My throat was closing up. So I apologize if I'm a little slow in the reading for you, and if maybe I don't look at my finest, but I'm recovering from 2 days of not being able to breathe or speak well. Let's get 2 cards here for the current energy. I promised everyone these by Sunday, and it's like, okay, it's Sunday. So I apologize for the, interesting. So I apologize for the delay. Imprisonment and Thief there came out, and 2 for the future here for Scorpio. Yeah. And 1 more. Okay. So let's look at what's in the past. We have family room and we have high honor, but it was in the reverse. So I feel like for some of you, this very well could be a family member or someone you have a family with or you want a family with, or a friend that you've treated like family. But that high honor in the reverse tells me you were not like respecting yourself. You were not in Queen or King of Pentacles energy. You were not in Emperor or Empress energy here for whatever reason. 3 of Swords. I kind of feel like you were breaking your own heart back there, because you were not seeing your worth and value. Too codependent, imprisonment. It's like you couldn't think of anything else except for this relationship. And then we have the Thief card, which is on the side. And that was the feeling I had there. Some of you are feeling presently like this person is just stealing your time or robbing you of your time. You haven't quite, determined yes or no if they're doing that, but there's an underlying feeling here of this person's just wasting my time. And then in the near future, we have the sudden wealth card and we have the Lovers card. So again, I feel like you will feel like you've won the jackpot when this person comes in and makes this, offer to you. But I don't feel like it's an offer that you had to make to this person. I feel like it's an offer they had to make for you. And in the interim, you had to work on learning your worth and value, but learning how to function in a relationship in a healthy way. We have Child card and we have the Coffin card. There's something here in your childhood, and I hate to bring everything back to childhood, but that's typically the time period of our life when we learn love and we learn self-worth and we learn how to love and what love looks like. And I feel like there needs to be an end to those whatever values were instilled in you when it came to you have to give more than the other person, or you have to sacrifice more, or your entire world has to revolve around another person. The feeling I get here is we need to put an end, and I say we as the Scorpio Collective, we need to put an end to those thoughts, those unhealthy coping mechanisms that we have in relationships, and become the Emperor or Empress of our life there with the official card. Let's get you some oracle cards now from the Yin Yang Oracle deck. And look, for those of you where you're like, I don't want this past person. If they come back in again, I'm not accepting them. Good enough. That lesson is still your lesson. That was still, and if you don't learn that lesson, the next friendship or the next, you know, whomever, the next lover that you get involved with, you'll end up repeating that again if you don't learn that lesson. So I kind of feel like the reading has a little bit more to do with you than it does with this particular connection. Okay, we have, look, we have trust, we have summer, and we have regrets. That's what was happening here in the past. We have divine timing, release control. All is working out for the highest good. Greater forces are at play. Maybe you were trying to push a connection with someone when it just wasn't the right time for that connection to come together. So maybe for some of you, you had to learn to release control, right? The devil could be a very controlling energy. Remember I said I kept getting the feeling from you like, I'm hell-bent on winning this person over. That could be a good thing, but it also could be a negative thing if it's a low vibe Saturnian energy. So maybe for some of you, you had to learn how to release control. We have summer, activity, goals, progress, new patterns. And we are in summer now if you're in the northern hemisphere, but if you're in the southern hemisphere, it still applies to this time right now. This is when you need to learn new patterns in relationships. I think in the past you didn't know that. And again, on that card says growth. I feel like that's what this connection was supposed to teach you, whether you keep this person or not, whether you wait for this person or not. There was something here about you growing from that childhood mentality of being, you know, toxic, codependent on someone, growing and becoming independent or dependent on no one else but you. Queen of Pentacles energy. And we have regrets, suffering in silence. I said that literally from the beginning. I think that's what you did in the past. I think that's what you're currently doing. I don't think many people know what you're going through here, Scorpio. Let's get two cards, or oh, I was going to say one card, but I said two, so now I have to take two. Two cards, please, for the current situation. Two cards, please, for the current situation. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The summer card also says goals. Yeah, I think it was your goal to win this person over, which could be a good thing, but it could be a bad thing. Again, if it's coming from a place of, I have no value of my own, I need that person to give me value. Oh my God, self-worth. That's currently what you're dealing with. So currently, this is all about self-worth, healing unworthiness, boundaries, being high vibrational, letting go of expectations and knowing your self-value. So I think the message is pretty on point here. Again, I think it has little to do with this person and more to do with you. Because even if you don't accept this person, this will play out again if you have not learned this lesson. And let's get, oh, I did say I was going to get two for the current. So let me have one more card here for the current, please, for Scorpio. One more shuffle. Thank you. And you have autumn, which again, for me is 3 months from now, which would be October. So there is something here. This talks about the past, new intentions, starting over, soul growth. And maybe that's what some of you need to do, is to take the next couple of months to work on yourself, to grow yourself, and let this person do whatever it is here that they need to do, whether you want them in your life or not. I feel like between now and autumn, it's amazing. We got summer and autumn, right? I feel like this is the 3 months where you need to work on yourself and heal this wound within yourself. Because if it's not the past person, although 99% of you, it's just, you know, this person coming back around. But for the 1% of you where you don't want this person, you have someone new here coming in between now and October. And if that's not healed, you'll just repeat the same pattern with them. Okay, let's get one card here for the future now for Scorpio. One card here for the future. One more shuffle. Thank you. Oh, we have the past. I told you the past was coming back again. Some of you don't want the past. Some of you don't want the past. I'll get you one more card here, but the past is coming back around again. Let's get one more shuffle here. Thank you. Unexpected. Yeah, unexpected return of the past. This is a Tower card. Unforeseen change, sudden news. Bottom of the deck, self-care. I really think that was the lesson here for this particular connection. Cleansing, retreat, recharge. Let's get some oracle cards here for you. One here for the past, please, for Scorpio. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Patience. Patience with yourself, patience with the process, patience with this person, patience with not being able to control everything, right? Releasing control, letting go of control. One card here for the present. I also think in the past you exercised extreme patience with this individual. But I think it was for all the wrong reasons. Again, I think it was a low vibe Capricornian energy back there for you. It looks like you're transitioning to a higher vibe Capricornian energy, which is very nice to see. One card here for the present. One more shuffle. Thank you. epiphany. Aha, epiphany moment. Maybe it's this reading. I don't know. Fear and anxiety. Maybe this is what's been keeping you in the relationship, like keeping you small in the relationship, is this aha epiphany. I can keep people in my life, but keeping someone in my life or wanting someone in my life doesn't mean I get to abandon myself at the same time or abandon my other tasks or responsibilities. And let's get one card here for the future. Pretty day out today. One more shuffle here. Thank you. And for the future, divine masculine. Could be divine feminine, and messages from spirit, and abundance is near. So that is what I have for you, my love. I do think this individual, whether they're feminine or masculine, come back in again. For others of you, 1%, where you want a new person, as long as that wound within you is healed, it does look like you become a divine counterpart. Then it looks like your divine counterpart comes in. That's what I have for you, Scorpio, for August 2025. If you like these messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. Again, thanks for putting up with me today and my illness. I guess we can call it an illness that I'm recovering from. Until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.